I was born in Washington, D.C., son to a pastor, a church planner, and the baby of 9 kids, 5 girls, 4 boys.
The clips you're about to watch highlight some moments that struck me as especially unusual during a recent live broadcast featuring Michael Tait. These weren't just minor quirks. They were moments that genuinely made me pause and ask, what exactly is going on here? Whether it was the tone, the timing, or the expressions, something about these moments just felt off. But don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Let's roll the footage.
Middle class family in Detroit, and through some circumstances at his job with like an accident he had at the plant that he was a foreman at, he a Catholic tradition in our family, so they were like, my parents were the first ones to kind of branch out into like this new world of like this thing. And then at the end of that tour, we capped it off with a big show at the Houston Astrodome, and I think hard ticket kind of event in that place. So much of that, you know, I think that plays into why fit. You know, I've been married for almost 25 years. I have 4 kids, another one on the way. There's, you know, my wife I do not get any brownie points from my wife for being a rock star on the weekend. You know, she stinks, man. You know, which is, tell you the truth about, you know, you stink, or you said that, or you did that, you know. And I think what you make really seriously, because
you can't.
Like, I've always felt like for 2 years, it made you really realize what's important in our fans. They
It's awesome. Let me go back to you on this one, Michael. I'm curious.
Coldplay, I believe that is worship for me. I love Coldplay.
Okay.
in many ways. But yes, are they Bible-toting, gospel preaching? No. Hope they know the Lord. I pray that he knows the Lord, and the whole band does, because I like him a lot. But it's not your church morning service. I know that now. But in some ways, I feel I get emotional at Coldplay concerts. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that, you know, whether you're a Christian artist or a non-Christian artist.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that was some of the first like Christian music I ever heard as a kid. Do you remember those?
I don't remember that.
I don't know about you, but there's something deeply unsettling about watching Michael Tait fidget with his hair and stick out his tongue during a live broadcast. It's not just unusual, it's downright bizarre, especially when you consider the setting. Think about it. You're on live television in front of an audience representing not only your band, but a faith-driven platform. And yet, instead of maintaining composure or at least some sense of awareness, you're visibly distracted, almost disconnected. It's strange, even jarring. Now, don't get me wrong. No one expects perfection. We're all human. A little spontaneity or casual energy can even be refreshing. But this wasn't that. It felt off, out of place. And in the context of everything else that's been going on, it raises more questions than it answers. Because let's be honest, ever since the allegations against Michael Tait surfaced, it's been an emotional gut punch for a lot of people. Fans are shocked, some are grieving, others are trying to make sense of it all. It's not just a headline, it's heartbreak. For many, Michael represented something bigger than just music. He stood for faith, leadership, and hope. And now all of that is under a cloud. So when you see odd behavior on top of serious accusations, it hits differently. It feels heavier, like a glimpse into a deeper unraveling, one that fans and followers are struggling to come to terms with. And that's the hardest part, navigating the space between who we thought someone was and who they might actually be.
I find myself listening to Christian artists now and not believing their songs, like not believing that they actually live their song. Sad. I'm sad. I really hope Michael didn't do what they're saying he did.
Yesterday, Like many of you, I read about the allegations that have come out against Michael Tait, former member of the group DC Talk, and former lead singer of the band Newsboys. I am deeply saddened and appalled by what I heard, and my heart goes out to the victims. When Azariah Southworth initially made these accusations weeks ago, I was skeptical only because of Southworth's past history with the Christian music industry, and because there was no one else corroborating his story. However, when it comes to issues of SA, the perpetrator loses this privilege. Now that the story is broke and the victims have come forward, they deserve our full support. And while I do believe that a person is legally innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, the victims of these crimes deserve much more than a simple verdict. It's a difficult place to be, wanting the process to play out, wanting to believe that one of your musical heroes is innocent, but looking at the accusers and also believing them. I am trying to choose the right words and the right tone, but I feel like no matter what I say, I am failing, and I'm especially failing the victims. Like many of you, I am simply trying to process all of this. Despite all of my mixed feelings and emotions, I fully stand behind the victims of these assaults, and I pray that justice is sought and gained. For the accused, I also pray for him that justice be served and that help is sought for his behavior. These are extremely serious allegations, and no matter how anyone feels about the contributions of Michael Tait to the Christian music industry, there really can be no free passes, or as the saying goes, no sacred cows.
Those allegations that are now just coming out, coming to light, I'm glad, which by the way, that they are. But yeah, we've been knowing that, unfortunately. I used to be a hardcore DC Talk and Newsboys fan. You know, Newsboys before Tait got involved. I won't listen to any of them anymore, Toby Mac included. That's a whole nother video for another whole nother time. But I won't listen to any of them anymore. Nope, won't do it. Sorry. I know people are sinners and nobody is perfect, but I'm good.
When it comes to following Christ, it's important to remember that we should not place our hope and admiration in people. People, no matter how inspirational or influential, are flawed and can fail us. Only Christ is the one who remains steadfast, never failing, and always worthy of our trust and devotion. We can look to others for guidance and inspiration, but ultimately our faith and trust should be placed in Him alone. People will let us down at times, but Christ is the constant, the perfect example of love, sacrifice, and truth. So while it's okay to admire qualities in others, it's essential to always remember that our hope is in Christ alone. He is the one who cannot fail.